I get a lot of comments from people afraid to start their Etsy shop because they're worried about their shop getting suspended, which is a valid concern. A lot of Etsy shops do get suspended, and I see a lot of them people get their shop back. Some people don't, but that's a valid concern, and I think that just needs to be a reminder that we do not own our content on these platforms. Like, we do not own these platforms. We do not own YouTube. They can shut down our account at any time. We do not own Meta. They can shut down our Instagram account. They can close down Facebook groups. Like, we do not own these platforms. And so that's a risk with any platform. I saw someone get their TikTok account shut down, and she had hundreds of thousands of followers and she was unable to get it back. And so I think we need to be reminded that, like, these are not our platforms. Like, with any type of way that you are making the money online, we are relying on other businesses. Having an Etsy shop, you're relying on Etsy. If you have my phone was falling. If you have a Shopify account, you are relying on Shopify. If you're promoting on TikTok, you're relying on TikTok. So we are relying on other businesses for our business, and that's just how it works. Like, that's just the game that we are playing. And so we are at their discretion. Like, they can decide at any time to close down our account. Whether we think we did anything wrong or not, it's up to them to decide. And so I know a lot of people that may stop you from starting your Etsy shop. It may stop you from starting a TikTok account, but I'm not going to let the fear of the what ifs stop me from providing for my family. So yeah, they can close my Etsy shop, but I've made over $25,000 on Etsy. If I would have let fear hold me back, then I wouldn't have made any of that money. I wouldn't be paying off our debt faster than we've ever paid it off before. I wouldn't be able to pay for family vacations. Like, I would have just been so consumed with fear that I would just be stuck in the position that I was in where we were spending more than we were making every single month. And so you can let fear, you know, dictate your decisions and all of the what ifs, or you can just go for it. And like, if you start an Etsy shop and they shut it down, then do something else. Like, it's not the end of the world. Just do something else. You have to be able to evolve to survive in this online space. Like, the marketing alone is always evolving. Like, everything's always evolving. Like, just like on YouTube, I've been like, highly edited videos were popular, and now most of my home feed is from people just recording in their car like me, or just recording random videos like this where there's no editing. We're just talking to the camera like we're on FaceTime with you. And so, the online world is always evolving and you just have to keep up. And so you can't let the fear of not knowing what's going to happen stop you from starting. You just have to start, and just, if you're scared, just go ahead and do it. Try it. Like, you're not going to get over the fear unless you do it. And who's to say that your shop will get shut down? Like, you could just be having this fear for no reason and it could not happen. Like, and you would have missed out on all of the money that you're going to make on your with your Etsy shop because you let fear get in the way of you even starting. And so I don't really focus on the what ifs, like, not in the negative sense. I just figure out that, like, everything's just going to work out. Like, if my Etsy shop gets shut down, then that's God's way of telling me that there's something better for me out there. Like, that's just a new opportunity for me to explore. And I'm fine with that. Like, if that's the way, like, if that's what it takes for me to go into the new door, like, my shop has to be shut down for me to see that there's a better opportunity out there for me, then I'm completely okay with that. Like, yeah, it'll suck. But that just mean like to me that just means there's something better out there. So I'm not going to like dwell on it. I'll be upset for a little bit and then I'll just evolve. Like, I'll pivot to something else and I'll just keep it pushing. And that's how you have to think in this online space, because it's constantly evolving. And so you have to keep up or you're going to get left behind. And not everyone's going to survive. Not everyone is cut out for this. Not people find their strategy that they like and they're going to just keep doing it whether it works or not. And you know what? Like, they get left behind. They don't succeed in the online space. So you just have to make sure that, you just have to evolve and keep moving. Like, if one thing doesn't work out, just try something else. If you start an Etsy shop and it gets shut down, evolve, do something else, open a Shopify and figure out how to market on TikTok or figure out how to make Instagram reels. Like, just evolve, keep moving. It's not the end of the world. And so I just want you to know, like, yeah, you can start an Etsy shop. It can get shut down, but there are millions of Etsy shops that aren't shut down. So we can live in the what ifs and be afraid to start, or you can just start it, enjoy the money while it comes, and then if that does happen, if your shop does get shut down, then you just move on to something else. You already have all your products created, you already have all your listing photos, like they should hopefully be saved in like your Canva account or wherever you're creating them. So you just move to a different platform and you just start over, and that's it. And you, who knows, you might end up making way more on that other platform than you were ever going to make on Etsy. Like it could be your sign to do something bigger and better. So bad things happening, quote unquote bad things happening, they're not always bad. So like just start with what you have. If you want to start on Etsy, start on Etsy, and don't be afraid of all of the negative what ifs that could happen. Like if something bad happens, then just take that as a sign that something bigger and better is on its way. Okay, I think that's all I had to say. Have a good day.